My name is Iphioma and I am 30 years old. My friends say I have the worst luck in love. But I don't believe in luck, at least not anymore. I believe in choices, in destiny, and in the cruel games life plays. This is the story of how love almost ruined me. I met Depo on a rainy Thursday evening at Acacia City Mall. I wasn't even supposed to be there, but my colleague had begged me to accompany her for a quick errand. The moment I saw him, I knew he was trouble. There was something about his deep-set eyes, the way he carried himself with quiet confidence, the smoothness in his voice when he said, "Excuse me, you dropped this." It was my handkerchief, a tiny, insignificant thing, but the way he held it, as if it was a priceless treasure, made my heart skip a beat. We started talking. He was charming, attentive, and everything I had been praying for. Within weeks, we were inseparable. Depo was wealthy but humble, generous but not arrogant. He made me laugh in ways I hadn't laughed in years. It felt like I had finally found the one. But I should have known that sometimes, when something seems too good to be true, it usually is. The signs I ignored. The first red flag was small. A whisper in the wind. One evening, we were having dinner when his phone rang. He looked at the screen, silenced it, and turned back to me with a smile. "Who was that?" I asked casually. He waved a hand dismissively. No one important. But something in his eyes flickered, just for a second. I ignored it. Then, there were the nights he would disappear. He would claim it was work, urgent meetings, late-night calls. At first, I believed him. Until one night, he left his phone unlocked, and a message popped up. "Baby, I miss you. When are you coming over?" My heart froze. My fingers trembled as I scrolled through the messages. I shouldn't have looked, but I did. And what I found shattered me. Depo had a fiancée. A whole fiancée. Not an ex. Not a casual fling. A woman he had been with for years. A woman he was planning to marry. 1:52 p.m. March 27th, 2025 on Wetchesy 70. I confronted him the next day. "Who is she?" I asked, holding up his phone. For the first time since I met him, he was speechless. Then he sighed and rubbed his temples. "Iphioma, it's complicated." "Make it simple," I shot back. He reached for my hands, but I pulled away. His face darkened. "I love you," he said softly. "But I also love her." The words cut through me like a knife. But I also love her. Tears burned my eyes. So what was I? A game? A distraction? No, I never meant to hurt you. But he had. He already had. That night I walked away. Months passed. I tried to heal. I tried to forget him. Then, one evening, I got a call from an unknown number. It was his fiancée. "Please," she begged. "I need to meet you. It's about Depo." Curiosity and anger warred inside me, but I agreed. We met at a quiet cafe in Victoria Island. She was beautiful, poised, the kind of woman men like Depo should marry. But her eyes were swollen, like she had been crying for days. "What is this about?" I asked coldly. She took a shaky breath. "Depo is missing." My heart slammed against my chest. "Missing?" She nodded. "He was supposed to travel to Abuja 3 days ago. He never got on the plane. His phones are off. No one has seen him." A chill crawled down my spine. I wanted to hate him. I wanted to forget him. But now something was wrong. And I needed to find out what happened to him. Depo was missing. I should have felt relief. After all, this was the same man who had lied to me, who had betrayed me. But instead, a knot of unease tightened in my stomach. "Have you reported to the police?" I asked his fiancée, Adora. She nodded. "Yes. They said they're investigating," but her voice trailed off as her fingers twisted nervously around the edge of her scarf. "But what?" She hesitated, then leaned closer. "Iphioma, there are things about Depo that don't make sense. I thought I knew him, but ever since he disappeared, I've been digging into his past. And now, I'm not sure who he really is." A cold shiver ran down my spine. What do you mean? She pulled out her phone and opened a photo gallery. Look at this. I leaned in. The first picture was an old university graduation photo. Depo in a black cap and gown, standing next to a group of friends. But as she swiped through more pictures, I noticed something strange. Depo always looked different. In every picture, his expression, his style, even his name seemed to change. One photo identified him as David Alabi. Another, taken a few years later, labeled him Daniel Obiora. My breath caught. How many names does he have? I don't know, she whispered. I thought he was just Depo Williams. But now, I don't even know if that's his real name. The room suddenly felt too small, too suffocating. Who had I fallen in love with? I left the cafe with my head spinning. Depo wasn't just a liar, he was a ghost. A man with no real past, no real identity. That night, I sat in my apartment, staring at the ceiling, wondering if I had just walked away from something much bigger than a broken heart. Then, around midnight, my phone buzzed. Unknown number. My stomach tightened. Slowly, I picked up. A woman's voice came through the line, low, urgent. Ifeoma, you need to stop asking questions about Depo. My heart slammed against my ribs. Who is this? A pause. Then the voice softened. For your own safety, walk away. The call ended. I stared at my phone, my fingers trembling. Who was she? And why did she sound so afraid? By the next morning, I was convinced I was being paranoid. Maybe Adora and I were just overthinking everything. Maybe Depo was just a cheating fiancé who got himself into trouble. But then I found the letter. It was slipped under my apartment door, written in Depo's handwriting. Ifeoma, if you're reading this, I'm in trouble. I never wanted you to be part of this, but now it's too late. If anyone asks about me, don't say a word. Don't trust anyone, not even the police. I will find you when it's safe. My breath hitched. Depo was alive, but he was running. From what? From whom? And most importantly, was I next? The letter shook me to my core. I read it over and over, trying to make sense of it. Don't trust anyone, not even the police. What had Depo gotten himself into? And why was he warning me? That night, I barely slept. Every sound outside my window felt suspicious. The rustling of leaves, the distant hum of a car engine. I imagined eyes watching me from the shadows.